10,000, PP Poof. As long as you're making $125,000 or less, $10,000 of those student loan debt is gone, baby. $20,000 if you got Pell Grants. And guess what? The White House is shitposting, and I'll allow it. They're allowed to do this. They are allowed to do this. Marjorie Taylor Greene had some choice words on Newsmax about the debt forgiveness.
But for our government just to say, okay, well, your debt is completely forgiven. Obviously, they have an agenda for that. They need votes in November.
Yeah, exactly. So what? I don't understand why this is a diss. I don't understand why this is a diss. This is not a diss. I hope that Americans are not so fundamentally brain broken that they go, oh, the government is doing a good thing for me. They must be doing it for my votes. It's like, yeah, no shit. That's precisely what they're fucking doing, dumbass. That's how politics works. Americans have lost touch with the reality that that is how it's supposed to work. They're so brain broken into believing that, like, the government is never supposed to work for them, only for the corporations of the wealthy, that, like, the first time they do something, they're like, Republicans openly state that this is called bribery. Okay? Yeah.
So the timing is a pure coincidence there as well. But it's completely unfair. And taxpayers all over the country, taxpayers that never took out a student loan, taxpayers that pay their bills and maybe even never went to college or just hardworking people, they shouldn't have to pay off the great.
That's not how this is working, my man, my lady. That's not how that works. It's debt that the government owns anyway. Shut the fuck up. The only people that can complain about this are people who are like, fuck, I didn't go to college because, like, I didn't have enough money. And maybe if I had like 10,000 or 20,000 in student loans that I could take out, that would have helped me. You know what I mean?
Big student loan debt for some college student that piled up massive debt going to some Ivy League school. That's not fair. But for our government just to say, okay, well, your debt is completely forgiven. Obviously, they have an agenda for that. They need votes in November. So the timing is a pure coincidence there as well. But it's completely unfair.
It's unfair. Fucking barrel titan in the wild. And the White House came back and popped off, said Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene had $183,504 in PPP loans forgiven. Oh my God, look at this thread. Oh my God, they're going after everybody. Oh, that's so good.
A lot of families in our region, they've been talking about forgiveness of loans for the last 4 or 5 months, are very, very upset. Many of them work 2 jobs to be able to put their kids through college, and then to think that a lot of these loans are going to be forgiven is wrong, and they're very outraged about it.
And because these folks paid up. They took care of their obligations.
Yeah, they took care of their obligation with their children. They felt like they did the right thing. Many of them working an extra job to be able to do that. And now they just feel outraged about where this is going. And this is not something the last couple of weeks. This has been going on for the last year, 6 months. They've been talking about.
Boom. Link to the thread. I already retweeted it. Congressman Vern Buchanan had $2.3 million in PPP loans forgiven. Mark Wayne Mullen says, we do not need farmers and ranchers, small business owners, and teachers in Oklahoma paying the debts of Ivy League lawyers and doctors across the U.S. This places undue burden on those already suffering due to the weight of Biden's failed economic policy. Congressman Mark Wayne Mullen had over $1.4 million in PPP loans forgiven. Representative Kevin Hern, to recap, in the last 2 weeks, the party of the people has supercharged the IRS to go after working class Americans, raise their taxes, and force them to pay other people's college degrees. Congressman Kevin Hern had over $1 million in PPP loans forgiven. This is great. Keep this shit up. Keep this shit up. This is good policy followed by good politics, okay? Keep this energy going. Turns out when you do nice things, okay? Turns out when you actually do what you're fucking supposed to do, which is help out the American people, even with crumbs in comparison to what you could do, which is a lot more, your approval rating jumps to 44% in a new Gallup poll. Biden's approval rating was so low. It was lower than Donald Trump. Why? Because Donald Trump always maintained 90% support in the Republican Party. A thing that I brought up so many times throughout his presidency And every time I brought it up, you would have liberals go, what? Doi? Brandon's approval rating was lower than Donald Trump's because Republicans already despised him, as they would normally. Okay? But liberals hated him too. Liberals fucking hated him because he wasn't doing shit. And then this is all it takes, a little bit, just a fucking crumb. Oh, but those polls didn't matter to moderates when they were down. Line goes up, it's legit. Line goes down, it's just a poll. Who cares? No, of course they fucking... Of course, it was bad. It was really bad. Part of the reason why they did this is because it was bad. You know? You know who this helps? Teachers with student debt? Yeah. He completely ignored private loans, which is the real killer with interest as well. Yeah, there's more to accomplish in that situation, but, you know, there's a lot of people. It is bribery. The timing reveals why they're doing it. They're relying on short-term memory to make people forget about their awful administration. Wait, what do you mean? Yeah. Bitch, what are you talking about? It's bribery. Yeah. Imagine if they did it more frequently, then you wouldn't say they're awful. You would not even say their administration is awful. If they bribed you further, you'd be like, okay, great. That's what it is. That's what's supposed to happen. That's politics, man. Why are Americans so fucking fundamentally brain broken that you think like popular policies are somehow icky and wrong and bad? Stop. Stop. It's so wild that there are people who unironically toe that line, that legitimately think that there is something fucking fundamentally wrong with doing good things that you promised you would do that helped you get elected to a certain degree. What the fuck? Stop it. I talked about this back in fucking April when Mitt Romney originally popped off. It's only a moral hazard if we're doing debt relief for the working poor. It's never a moral hazard if taxpayer-funded bailout packages are built into the risk mitigation of mega corporations currently engaging in stock buybacks. Popular policies to win voters isn't bribery. It's your job. You do it for big corporations of wealthy every single day. Republicans and Democrats both. But the moment it's for the working poor, they can't comprehend it. They're like, that's not allowed. That's bribery. That's fucked up. And it's because American consciousness is so fundamentally broken from political inaction. So fundamentally brain broken from political inaction that when politicians actually do something, you're like, wait, that sounds wrong. That sounds so wrong. Dog, that's the point. That's what politics is. Stop. Stop falling into reactionary framing. In discussions of reducing car dependency, one often hears, what about the people in remote rural areas? My gut instinct is people shouldn't be living there in the first place. This guy's crazy. The solution is to give them generous grants to relocate among other humans. That's fucking psychotic, dude. What the fuck? Dude, I don't want to hear from neoliberal the weirdos that want to like literally ethnically cleanse the fucking rural people living in like rural areas, okay? That's so insane. But what if they like living in remote rural areas? Sorry, you can't always get what you want. A lot of people would like to live in dense transit-rich settings, but can't. Either because they can't afford it or simply doesn't exist where there are. And if this sounds harsh, okay, I don't want to even read this, dude. Funko Pop motherfucker. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear that. Don't send me fucking disgusting neoliberal tweets, okay? The disdain they have for the working poor is apparent, okay? They feel as though, like, you know, everyone needs to live on top of one another in fucking big cities. It's the classic soy-facing Matt Iglesias, 1 billion Americans, soy, bat chest take. I hate fucking weird neoliberal urbanists, dude. Oh my God. How about building fucking mass transit to rural areas too? No, God forbid. You have to forcibly relocate them. You know, famously, these social democracies that they look up to, regardless of their neoliberal Austrian economist values that they don't even fucking abide by, those places famously do not have anything other than urban sprawl. They do not have, rural areas with adequate public transit. Motherfuckers want to talk about Germany and the Netherlands and shit without ever recognizing some of the things that those governments offer to its people. Nobody wants to live on top of your ass, dude. In Germany, the regional trains stop like every 5 minutes because they go to all the small towns, still faster than U.S. trains. Lamont. Exactly. This guy thinks only poor people live in urban areas. No, he thinks only poor people live in rural areas, and they would all want to live in a city, but they can't because they don't have enough money or some shit. When in fact, people might want to just like live in a rural area. It's fine. There's no issue with that. America has a fuck ton of space. Part of the reason why I always say part of the reason why I always mention that you don't have to exclusively fucking build shit on top of one another. Anyway. But let's get to student loan debt relief. Here is President Joe Brandon's student loan debt relief, debt forgiveness program.
Student loans. The measure could affect up to 43 million.
You are a Ameribrain? I'm not a Ameribrain, dumbass. Saying that public transit can only be afforded to cities is ridiculous and also Ameribrain.
Americans, including
it's what you know. It's what you've seen. The only type of public transit you've ever seen, which is always inadequate regardless, is inside a city. So you think like, oh, God forbid, you can never have fucking public transit anywhere outside of that.
Who have been carrying this debt for decades. However, not everyone is celebrating the president's decision. Nancy Cortez is at the White House. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning, Nate. Lots of major changes for federal student loan holders. For starters, President Biden announced yesterday that he's extending the pause in federal student loan payments one last time until January. But it was his announcement on federal student loan forgiveness that, as anticipated, drew cheers from one quarter and criticism from another.
It kind of lifts a lot of stress off people.
On college campuses from coast to coast, excitement spread so quickly Tuesday, some student loan websites crashed.
I've racked up a lot of debt, and it would be a huge financial blessing to get rid of at least even a little bit of that.
Weight was lifted off my shoulders, mostly for my parents because it stresses them out a lot.
The president's plan will forgive $10,000 worth of student debt for individuals making less than $125,000 a year or couples earning less than $250,000. People who got Pell Grants as low-income students could see their debt cut by $20,000.
An entire generation is now saddled with unsustainable debt. And even if you graduate, you may not have access to the middle-class life that the college degree once provided.
The move was hailed by progressives.
Dude, I fucking despise mainstream media. Do more liberal coverage. Act out the way that you are supposed to be, okay? Republicans are going to call you liberal media propagandists regardless, CNN, you fucking idiots. Stop putting a both sides spin on this shit. Oh, some people are very mad that others are getting their loans, relieved. I hate that. I hate it. It's like, not everybody liked it. Yeah, you know who didn't like it? All the worst villains of society didn't like it. So who cares what they think? Suck my cock. You know who liked it? 45 million Americans liked it. Shut the fuck up. You cannot have a policy that instantly offers relief to 45 million Americans, okay? and then still be like, well, some Americans didn't like it. Yeah, who cares? Fuck those Americans, man. Like, what do you mean? It's like, it's insane. It's so insane that I didn't even understand why the Biden administration hadn't done it already. Like, I kept fucking screaming about it. I do hope that they use this as the money faucet, though. Every time their approval rating goes down, it's like, boom, another 10 grand. Piss me off? I'll raise the wall 10 foot higher, but this is the Brandon version of it. You know what I mean? Oh, did you get mad at me? Guess what? Another 10 grand.
It's a great day.
And slammed by Republicans.
If you owe money, as challenging as it is, you have an obligation to pay it back.
It is hurting people who paid off their own debts.
Even adjusting for inflation, the average cost of a four-year college education has nearly tripled since 1980. It's now about $29,000 a year.
This plan is really a Band-Aid, and it doesn't solve the core incentive problem in American higher education. So I think it's very likely that we're going to be having the same.
If, as Noam Chomsky adequately wrote about in Manufacturing Consent, the media class featured at least some people that get elevated to the fucking front of the camera that come from a working class background, that hold on to working class values, and the media did not operate as a propaganda machine for the capital owners, you would at least have like real diversity of thought in this conversation. But you don't have that. Every single advisor that CNN or CBS or anyone brings on is going to be a Harvard graduate, is going to come from a rich family, a rich background, that got a fucking $300,000 a year nepotism job immediately out of college. They have no way of comprehending this. And their friends and their immediate circles don't even fucking have it. Because they all went to Harvard. They all went to Yale. I want to know how many of these motherfuckers went to state schools, brother. That's what I want to know. I want to know how many of these motherfuckers don't have a parent with a Wikipedia page. That's why this conversation is fucking insane. That's why if you're looking at this from where you're standing and you're like, why the fuck? What, do they not have a single normal human that will come on and be like, hey guys, this is actually a good thing? You're being ridiculous. You know why? You know why they can't find one? Because every single person that is literally elevated to that position is a psychotic vulture that comes from that exact same background. So they are the few Americans that literally do not have a proximity to someone who has student loan debt, which is insane. It's unimaginable to you. 45 million Americans hold on to $1.7 trillion of debt right now. Student loan debt. Okay? It is harder to find someone that either doesn't have student loan debt or doesn't know anyone with student loan debt, except for the motherfuckers at the tippy top. Okay? That is the only small circle of people that actually don't even know someone who has student loan debt. Why? Because they went to fucking Harvard with rich parents. So now, they have no way of comprehending how good this is. It's crazy. What's crazier is, again, the blind side that the media has, or rather, the deliberate role that the media plays. It's wild to me that it's not a single person has been like, yo, this is crazy. Like, calm down. Like, every economist that they have on is like, this is awful. This is nonsense. This is really unfair. This is really going to fucking boost inflation. This is terrible.
Same discussions in 5 or 10 years.
How much is all of this loan forgiveness going to cost? Well, the White House says it can't answer that question because they still don't know how many people are going to go ahead and claim that $10,000 or $20,000 benefit. It is important to note, Nate, that all student loans received after June 30th will not be eligible for relief.
So, Nancy, if people think that they are eligible for relief, then what should they do?
Well, there's an online form that they're going to have to fill out, but because this is also new, that form doesn't exist yet. So for now, if people think they are eligible, they can go to the U.S. Department of Education website and sign up to get an alert when that form is ready, which the White House says should be sometime in the coming weeks.
Yeah. Note how Fox News writes billion depending on who's spending it and how it's spent on. Yeah, when it's the 300 billion for student loan, they put the number, they put the numerical value with the zeros. When it's just a defense bill, it's like, oh yeah, it's just 717 billion, not a big deal. Fuck it, who cares? YOLO. They do it on purpose. It's all on purpose. It plays a small role in propagandizing that this is somehow wrong, immoral, bad.
Siege right now.
What is it? On Rising, Brianna Joy breaks down the frustrations of the left to Robbie Suave when it comes to media pundits who are complaining about student debt cancellation. Yeah, I don't care about this. I don't want to watch this. Anyway. Oh my God. CNN moderate commentator cries to the void like you said. Here's a novel way to avoid the college debt trap. Get a job while going to school. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, when she was going to school, it was like a dollar. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Not a single person or went every single pundit speaking on this issue has parents with Wikipedia pages that had their parents pay for college already, or went to college when college was like $100. They don't even know a single person with serious debt. Insanely out of yeah. I ran out of space. No bad faith, just curious. How will canceling student get debt help people avoid the top of the hour ad break, though? Well, let me tell you. Yeah, you got me, and you got me good. So let me tell you how. At the top of the hour, there's a 6-second ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free. How can you do it for $5 when you don't have $5? Well, now you have $10,000 that's readily available to you that you would have normally had to pay the federal government. Okay? Now you can actually use that for something good, like a subscription. Or you can still use an Amazon Prime account connected to your Twitch account to get one free Prime subscription a month, or you can get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Hasan, no, people are going to take you seriously, lol. Yeah, I'm obviously joking. Please don't do that. She actually doesn't have parents with links on Wiki. No, I'm saying like all of these fucking media people do. They have one or the other. She's like 900 years old, so obviously she went to college. She fits the bill on person who went to college when it was like $100. So shut the fuck up. Anyway, here's the 1 minute ad break now. I already saw the White House thread. Stop linking it. I already saw it. We already looked through it. God damn, y'all are fucking crazy, man. Well, this is out of touch in so many ways. Nursing home workers have student loan debt. A lot of truck drivers do too. Plus, ask truck drivers about predatory lending programs. They're familiar. Also, railroad workers can make $100K. That's the union difference. Some people pretend to care about workers only for the sake of dividing them. Same as a boss who says he supports unions in mines, but you, his warehouse fast food white collar employee, don't need one. Anyway, glad we all apparently support rail workers now that now given they may strike. Yeah, I know this is real. We saw it. We're going to talk about it. Don't worry. Okay. Hold on. Get back to the student loan conversation.
Nancy, thank
Here's the 5 going fucking brazy on the taxpayer-funded handout.
Finally did it. President Biden giving the handout of a century, canceling $10,000 worth of student debt for those making less than $125,000 a year and erasing up to $20,000 for some low-income borrowers. But it's not free money. The entire plan coming with a price tag of around $300 billion, and that's just a low estimate. And taxpayers like you and me, we will foot the bill. Here's the president.
But I believe my plan is responsible and fair. I find it interesting how some of my Republican friends who voted for those tax cuts and others think that we shouldn't be helping these folks. The outrage over helping working people with student loans, I think is just simply wrong, dead wrong.
Is this unfair to people who paid their student loans or chose not to take out loans?
Is it fair to people who, in fact, do not own multi-billion-dollar businesses that see why these guys give them all a tax breaks? Is that fair? What do you think?
What about people who pay their loans, though, struggle to pay their loans, and now others don't have to?
Bro, I'm not kidding. If you're so bent, take back the PPP from every single person. I know I said this yesterday, but put up a fucking bill that takes back the loan forgiveness off of every fucking mega corporation, every fucking CEO, every consultant, every executive, every lobbyist that chirped about the student loan forgiveness. Turn around and say, okay, you're going to pay for it then. Directly out of your pocket. You love paying for your debts. I don't get it. Just do that. There's about a $1 trillion fucking hole in the budget there. Take it back from the executive purses. Do it. It's not fair. They're right. It's not fair. This would be fair. Let's do that. Take it from Marjorie Taylor Greene, who got $200,000 from the federal government in the form of a PPP loan that was forgiven. I don't get it. If you want to fucking pay, if you want to pay your debts, you can. Why don't they do this? Why don't they just say, hey, if you're going to talk out of pocket, I will come for your pocket. I will do it. I will come with all the guns. I will put a lien. I will make you foreclose your home. I'll put a lien on all your assets. I'll seize them. And I'll fucking liquidate them with the might of 1,000 workers, okay? With 1 million workers. Do it. You want to pay your loans? Pay your fucking PPP loans, you stupid bitch. Do it.
The costly cancellation of debt sure to unleash a tidal wave of anger from Americans who already paid off their loans and those who never went to college in the first place. But Senator Elizabeth Warren claims this will help everyone.
Because of student loan debt, there are many people who don't move out of their mama's basement, who can't save up money to buy a home, who don't start small businesses, who don't start a family. You relieve the debt burden some for those people, and we have more economic activity. In other words, canceling student loan debt is good for the people whose debt is canceled, but it is also good for our economy and the rest of America.
Peter Doocy bluntly asking the White House this question.
The people that already paid their student loans, they don't get anything out of this deal.
Right.
That's right. Okay.
And other Democrats aren't so sure about this plans. Obama's former economic advisor, Jason Furman, he's slamming it.
I'm telling you, everyone crying about student loan debt relief must be forced to pay back their PPP loans with interest. Watch how quickly they'd become debt abolitionists.
Saying this, pouring roughly $500 billion of gasoline on the inflationary fire that is already burning.
Just say Biden unfortunately wasn't president when they were in debt. I know it's a lib take, but at least it's a known. Wait, what do you mean? Debt cancellation happened now, under Biden's watch. All those institutions that they supposedly set up to make sure that these companies that got PPP loans were actually going to make sure that they maintain their payroll, they didn't do that. That never happened.
Is reckless, doing it while going well beyond one campaign promise of $10,000 of student loan relief and breaking another, all proposals paid for, is even worse. I don't know if we could be any more surprised or shocked, except for we kind of saw this was coming, Jesse, because the president has been kicking this can down the road for several months. Not only that, but they say that if you have a student loan, you are still not going to have to pay for it until the end of the year when that will end, and that's because of a COVID emergency.
Just want to congratulate all the rich whites with graduate degrees who live on the coast and are making six figures. You really...
Yeah. Famously, no veteran, no nurse, no teacher. Bro, you're a rich white who lives on the coast. This is what I mean. Like, they are making it seem like 45 million Americans don't currently carry some level of student loan debt. This is an issue that impacts almost every American household, my man. The only households that it doesn't impact is you. You get it? That's it.
Are the forgotten men and women of this country, and you finally now have a president that feels your pain. You know, spending most of your 20s in school and now finally making close to $125,000. Woo, man. I mean, what would they do without Joe Biden? To Liz Warren's point, if this is a historic economy we've never seen before, why are people even living in their basement saddled with student debt who can't start a business? It doesn't make any sense. You cannot raid the Treasury and then cut checks to your favorite voters.
Why not?
Where did Biden get the power as the president to spend $500 billion? Right. That's Congress's job. He can't steal Nancy's purse and then just start bribing people before an election. That's an abuse of power. And it's unconstitutional. Nancy even said it was unconstitutional.
Suck me. Yeah, you can. And he did. Yeah, cry about institutions. Oh no, the Constitution. I wiped my ass. Trump did it with the COVID loans before an election. Yeah, and that was good. I said it was good. I said it was necessary. Fuck you. That's the only counter I have to that. He can, and he fucking did, and now you're crying about it while still trying to maintain a right-wing populist narrative. But you can't really maintain that when you realize quickly that Republicans have student loan debt too, dumbass. 45 million Americans, dumbass.
This is reverse class warfare. It's like, I don't know, you rob the poor to pay the rich. You're going to get a plumber's family to pay off the loan of a graduate school family that's making $250,000 a year. Why should I have to pay, or anybody have to pay for my neighbor's graduate degree? I mean, you know, you're looking across the street, you see your neighbor's daughter, she just backed into your mail.
Again, the plumber has a kid with student loan debt. You want to know why? Because depending on whether he's involved in a union or not, or even owning his own plumbing business, he's still a small business owner and therefore can't pay for the skyrocketing college education for his children. A plumber doesn't want his child to go into plumbing. A plumber wants his child to get a graduate degree. So what is he going to do? He's going to take out student loan debt. Jesse Waters cannot comprehend it. You know why? Because he never had to think about these things. That's the point. Anyone making the argument that, like, you know, plumbers don't have fucking children that are going to college, or plumbers themselves might have fucking educational costs that they tried to get covered, are delusional. They're living in a fucking universe that is beyond the one that we live in. I think the thing driving this type of commentary is the fact that people don't qualify it, and they are throwing a tantrum as a part of that. Progressives warned the White House of this reaction with means testing it. Yeah, that's another part of the process, which is why, what do I always say? H-Bizzle's back. Surprising that H-Bizzle, everyone's favorite DNC hack, DNC flag, is in the chat, back again, and not watching like Buddha play Grand Theft Auto roleplay. And instead is in here advocating for the DNC's. He's the only motherfucker who's legally allowed in this community to advocate for the DNC because he has the pay stubs to prove it. But he's right. That's why I always say universal programs up front and then means testing if you want to on the tax side, on the back end.
Box. She's always been an idiot, and now you have to pay for her to get an advanced degree in Estonian poetry? I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all. And you think the Democrats are going to stop at 10 grand? They're not stopping at 10 grand. Next Democrat's going to go 25. Next is going to go 50. It's never going to stop.
Tell me more.
And then people are just going to keep borrowing and keep going into these schools, because that's what this is about. This is about hooking more students into these universities where they get indoctrinated by the left. That's what this is really about. Now, he says the tax cuts, okay? This is a lot different than tax cuts. Everybody gets a tax cut. Everybody that pays taxes gets a tax cut when the taxes get cut.
That's not true. That's not true. Trump made permanent tax cuts for the top tax bracket. And all the tax cuts that he had made for lower brackets expired. So no. Permanent tax cuts only come for the wealthy. But you will never hear these dishonest propagandists openly admitting that. Remember that. Tax cuts for corporations and the top fucking tax bracket were permanent. Anything below that was adjusted year over year, going back to that exact same rate it was. Did you know that? Did you motherfuckers know that? Probably not. I talked about it a lot when it was happening.
It's not like Donald Trump cut taxes for males in the swing states of Ohio and Florida and North Carolina 3 months before the midterms. That's not what he did. Everybody got an across-the-board tax cut. He's not transferring wealth to pay off people's loans.
The other thing that kills me is that just last
86% of the tax benefit went to the 86% of the tax cuts went to the top tax bracket. For the record. So no, Donald Trump did do it for his main constituency, just the mega wealthy. So remember, when you talk about Donald Trump's tax cuts, always bring that up. Tax cuts for the wealthy were permanent. Tax cuts for the working poor were not. They are supposed to sunset by the time the next election rolls around.
Last week, the president, to much fanfare, signed the Inflation Reduction Act, in which they said there would be all of this deficit savings. Well, with this on the low end, it wipes out all of the deficit savings that they had there. And Tom Cotton cottoned onto this. Watch here.
Of all the dumb things Joe Biden has done, this may be the dumbest yet. I know it's stiff competition, but just think about how unfair this is for all the Americans who are harmed by this, who are now on the hook for hundreds of billions of dollars of other people's loans. These are people who took out loans. They did so willingly. They did so freely. They need to pay off their loans, just like every other American.
Judge, can we ask you, is it constitutional? Will this eventually, I'm assuming that this is going to end up in the courts?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question other than it's going to end up in the courts. Someone is going to sue. Look, the whole idea, the whole...
I'm not even kidding. I think they will assassinate Supreme Court justices if they overturn this. Like, the abortion issue is one thing, but the abortion issue and then this on top of it would literally be the fucking tilting moment. No, not in a video game. I'm not saying they should do it. I'm just saying, like, I'm speculating that on top of the fucking Roe v. Wade decision, if the Supreme Court was like, nah, actually, $300 billion in debt, you need to restore it. And they literally turned around and fucking did that for 45 million Americans, someone would literally just be like, okay, it's over. It's done. Some motherfucker who was already like, I was saddled with debt, I was going to kill myself, would literally go out and do some insane shit. Think about that. Can you imagine being like, hey, I know your debt for $10,000 was just relief, but 9 fucking psychos in bathrobes decided that that's not the case? I know, H-Bizzle, we already went through the White House bodying everyone who's attacking. No shot, dude. Maybe just cancel yourself again. I'm not saying it's appropriate or good. It's also constitutional. But we know the Supreme Court doesn't really give a shit about that. But if they think that that shit wouldn't happen, they're delusional. Straight up. Brother, you have to remember, 45 million Americans. That's a dude serving you food. That's a dude driving to your house in a fucking in a Uber delivery car. That's the dude cleaning the toilets. That's the maid that comes to your house. These are people that have student loan debt. You fucking add 10K in financial burden back onto them. Statistically speaking, one of them is going to pop off on you. It would turn into the IRA real quick. And I'm not talking about the Inflation Reduction Act, okay? They'd have to be lucky every day. But the working class would only have to be lucky once. Yeah, the guy replacing your fucking car brakes when you take your car into the fucking shop. That guy's got student loan debt. You don't want to fuck with that. That's insane to me. I don't like any overspending on either side. Man, shut the fuck up. You are really a bonehead, dude. I don't like any overspending on either side. What do you mean overspending on either side? The only two sides of this argument are the working class and capital owners. And usually, when the government is overspending, they're overspending on the capital owners. So shut the fuck up. Yeah. The guy that fills your prescriptions at the pharmacy has student loan debt. Go ahead. Fuck with all of them with the Supreme Court. See what happens. It's not appropriate, of course. But you're out of your fucking mind if they would not genuinely see the repercussions of that. That's crazy. Imagine Congress wanting to not spend as much money as possible. I swear they just start making up numbers. Yeah, there's so many people you never interact with. Drivers, technicians, administrative jobs, IT people, plumbers. Just so many. So many part of your life. So many part of your life. There's at least someone with 1 degree of personal relationship with someone who has student loan debt or has student loan debt. 45 million Americans. You're fucking with their paper, dude. You're fucking with their wallet. You know what I mean? President Biden condemns MAGA at DNC fundraiser. What we're seeing now is the beginning of the death knell of an extreme MAGA philosophy. It's not just Trump. It's the entire philosophy that underpins the I'm going to say something. It's like semi-fascism. Well, the term is proto-fascism, but it doesn't matter. It is fascism. I mean, it literally is. Ben Shapiro clapped back at the White House. So it's now the White House position that if the government forces you to shut down your business and provide you with compensation to keep people employed, that's the same thing as you failing to pay the college loans you voluntarily undertook. Geniuses. I don't know if you know this, but those were also loans that were forgiven. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? How dumb of me. All right. Said the White House is partisan. Yeah, no shit, dumbass. That's why there's a fucking election. I love when he's like, I can't believe the White House is being partisan on this. It's like, wait, what do you mean? First of all, they're not being partisan, you fucking idiot. There are Republicans with college loans, okay? But also, obviously the White Hasan, which gym do you go to? The one where I fuck your mom in. I love when people say, oh my God, I can't believe the White House is partisan. It's like, yeah, why is there an election? For the White House to be partisan, you fucking dumbass. Like, That's different. Okay. Do you think this will have a positive impact on the elections? Yes. I found you on TikTok. Love your content. Thank you. This insane overreaction by capitalists is just really a mask-off moment. It's going to backfire because they legit don't know that tons of lower middle-class young Republican voters have college debt. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think there are two operating principles here at play. On the one hand, you have the financial interest of like regular old American citizens, and it is absolutely in their financial interest to get this kind of debt relief. But then you also have an incredibly powerful force. That force being that Americans are incredibly cucked and find themselves to be not the exhausted, exploited proletariat, but temporarily embarrassed billionaires. So depending on how fucking cucked those dumbass Americans are, and depending on how, personally delusional they are about their dire financial circumstances, you could actually see a lot of people be like, you know what, this was fucked up. Americans also have a lot of resentment for other Americans. They're like hyper individualistic. They don't have a collective consciousness. So we'll see. I mean, you see Republicans behave in really inconsistent ways. They have tremendous amounts of cognitive dissonance. So do Democrats. So who knows how much cognitive dissonance they have on this particular matter even. I mean, you see it with professional Republicans right now. You see it with professional Republicans. That's why they can go on TV and be like, yeah, that's really fucked up. And they're trying to turn this into a culture war thing. That's why they're saying truck drivers are paying a loan for someone who got a PhD in gender studies. That's not the broad majority of people that got fucking student loans, man. So I don't think this will work. I don't think this is an effective propaganda. Also, this fucking piece of shit, cocksucking motherfucking crook also got his student loan debt paid for, by the way, by Brandon. Literally $10,000 worth. So just remember that.
It's very unfair, to have a truck driver have to pay back a loan from somebody that got like a PhD in gender studies. That's not fair. That's not right. And so, and then you also just have the fact, like, if you're going to talk about debt, then you should look at, okay, who has benefited the most from all this exorbitant debt that's been taken out over the last generation? It's the universities. They have bloated administrative budgets.
This part is right.
Although in Florida.
This part is right. Do something about it, pussy. This part is right. This part is correct. Do something about it. Shut the fuck up. Do something about it. Nut up or shut up. Come on. The only time this demon is motivated to do anything is if he thinks he can get a fucking Fox and 5 coverage news cycle out of it. Be the hero. Be a hero. Be a fucking hero. Do something about it.
Since I've been governor, no tuition increases at our state universities. We haven't allowed that. Because all it does is they plow it in, and they will expand like the DEI office or something else like that. And it has no real impact on the quality of the education when they're raising the tuition. It just creates more administrative bloat. And that's been going on. And the colleges and universities have gotten a free ride at this. So, my view is, if you're going to do some type of student loan, relief, it's not really relief because people are still paying for it. But the people that should pay for it is not the American taxpayers. It should be the university.
Well, good thing American taxpayers are not paying for it. Also, truck drivers have student loan debt. Some of them do. Some of them have children with student loan debt. Some of them are about to have college-aged children that will need to take on student loans. So shut the fuck up. Again, shut the fuck up. Shut your stupid fucking mouth. Also, this is debt that the federal government has taken on. It's adding to the deficit, but it's not actually like you're not paying for it with higher taxes unless the government takes action to also decrease the deficit, which it did already. So don't worry about it. What is this? I'm right. Guy on the left is you if you stayed in Florida. This guy? No.
Cities should be responsible for that. If they're producing people that went deep into debt and their degree is not worth anything and they're not able to make enough money to pay it back, well, then that's on them. And they've had an incentive to get more and more loans taken out.
Yeah, this is a compact Thumbelina. Look at that. I love female cops because they have the exact same, physical demeanor characteristics of a male cop, which is incredibly thumb-like. This is literally a sack of potatoes, dude. Look at this. I love that. They're built like a fucking Mack truck. They're so dense.
And then put it in their pocket. So we should look at these universities. But what Biden is doing, it's going to cause more inflation, which is what you just
It's going to cause more inflation. No, it's not. Shut the fuck up.
had one of Obama's economists come out and say.
I hate that Jason Furman demon came out and said it. Now every Republican is fucking running with that. Obama's own economist said it. Yeah, fuck that guy. Oh, now you care about Obama's economist. Okay, got it.
This is the worst time to do this. It's going to fuel inflation. This is not good policy. Obviously, the fairness and all that is very important, but it's not a good fiscal or monetary policy. And so you see that. But then you also have the fact that they're doing that with zero reform to the universities and the loans and everything that's happened that's clearly way, way out of whack. And then I think this is still important. Some people may not care as much. He does not have the constitutional authority.
That's not true. That's literally not true.
So you see that. But then you also have the fact that they're doing that with zero reform to the universities. And
this part is true. The only part about this that is true is that college education is far too expensive. And it has gotten completely out of control. Go ahead. Cut a video of every single Republican saying it and go cut a video of every single Republican that has criticized this fucking action and say, hey, we're putting forward a new package that is going to implement price checks on textbooks and college education. It is incredibly high, and we need to lower those, especially for public universities. We're going to make it taxpayer funded, and we're going to make it cheaper. Go ahead, do it. That's policy. Yeah. These guys never want to do that. These guys just want to fucking complain. They're using one adequate complaint against college campuses and skyrocketing tuition to hit over the head of one Band-Aid measure that the Biden administration accidentally fucking landed on. I hate that. But what do you expect from Ron DeSantis' fucking own spokesperson, who blocked me, by the way? Matt Walsh says, if you support student loan forgiveness, it is because you personally benefit. Please just admit your support is selfish and you don't mind taking it from other people if it helps you. At least be honest and stop pretending that you have principled reasons for your stance. Okay, I'm going to fucking own him. Token rich person for the working class? Yeah, well, guess what, bitch? It works in this situation. These motherfuckers worship the altar of capitalism. They worship the altar of money, okay? So what's up? I got more of it than Matt Walsh does. Suck me, Matt Walsh. Suck me and fuck me, okay? I pay my own student loans and my brothers, and I think this is awesome for everyone else. Republicans regularly project their spiteful, selfish worldview as though it's policy. I was in the dumbass Air Force and the VA paid for all my debt, and I 100% support free college all the way to PhD if people want it. Matt Walsh can suck me when he's done with you. Yeah, he should. Matt Walsh should suck all of us. By the way, this is Christina Pushaw who fucking blocked me. Coward. No rich person has ever turned down free money. Exactly. What do I say this all the time, and it actually makes me happy that other people are finally paying attention to that. Rich people not only never say no to free money, but they literally will tailor policy. They get subsidies. They get tax cuts. If they don't get it, they fucking cry foul. They write legislation to make sure that they get it. Only poor people are like, oh, should I get this? I don't know. What? Okay, bro. Chill. What? How about we help the homeless or people who are below the poverty line? You live in LA. Leave your rich, privileged neighborhood and look around. There's homeless everywhere. Motherfucker, I live in West Hollywood. There's literally more homeless people here than your bumfuck, dumbass neighborhood where no one wants to live, including homeless people. Shut the fuck up. Who do you think you're talking to, you fucking idiot? I also 1,000,000% am an advocate for public housing. So what the fuck are you talking about? You dumb bitch trying to come in here and be like, you're so privileged. Yeah, I know. Guess what? I'm sorry that no one wants to live in your shithole Arkansas town. Okay? Even the homeless people don't want to live there. Dummy. Speaking of homeless people, though, here's a good policy. Not Ron DeSantis. Fuck that. Also, not this, not this, not this. Here, let's take a look at what California voters will vote on in 2024.
In Los Angeles County, more than 60,000 people are homeless on the average night. And more than...
Yo, if you actually want one of those shirts, they're the Florida Toll Collector's uniform, actually. And I have a few in XXX Lamau. Wait, why? Bro, everybody crying about how it's not fair is just jealous that they didn't get money, by the way. Wait, what? This guy said, I think Hasan caught Biden's dementia. I'll be back election time to remind you how stupid this take is and how you help destroy our party. What do you mean our party? I'm not a part of the party, okay? Don't call me a fucking Democrat. Fuck the Democratic Party. Motherfucker said our party. I'm liberal and just lost all respect for Brandon. Why do Democrats have to keep stooping lower than Republicans? This is sad. Bro, this is what happens when you go on r/neoliberalism, okay? Too much. I can already read. I'm giving you an adequate read on this guy, okay? The election was rigged for Trump by the Russians and Biden rigged his election? Oh, never mind. This guy's just crazy. Oh, never mind. He's just all over. Don't you think student loan forgiveness is selfish when there are so many people in the U.S. that can't afford to stay alive? Yeah, no, this guy's out of his mind. He's like, he might be... I think he's just the regular old American voter. And by that, I mean a schizo poster. Anyway, let's watch this.
And 20,000 hotel rooms lie empty on the average night. See where this might be going?
It's insane. It isn't going to solve the problem.
We think this is one part of the solution. By no means do we think this solves the homelessness crisis. But do hotels have a role to play? Of course they do.
So the union he leads, which reps hotel workers, gathered enough signatures, and Angela...
For the record, Unite Here, isn't that literally, that's the same one that Hugo Soto Martinez was an organizer in, right?
Angelenos will vote on a bill that would force every hotel in town to report vacancies at 2 p.m. every day, then welcome homeless people into those vacant rooms.
Honestly, would you check into a hotel knowing that the chance of your...
I told you, they're going to say this will diminish values, diminish the value. First of all, it's a Motel 6. Motherfucker, you're the manager of a Motel 6. Who the fuck is going to a Motel 6 and going, oh, there's homeless people here? Well, guess I'm not going to be here. What do you mean, dog? Every fucking Motel 6 is already people that literally can't get a fucking home. He's just mad that his clientele no longer will have to pay for it. That's it. That's literally it. That's so funny. That's incredible, dude. That is hilarious.
Your neighbor to the left or right is a homeless individual.
What does that mean? That means it's just a person without a home. Like, what does that mean? You're making it seem like a homeless individual is like something different. They're like a fucking alien.
Manoj Patel voluntarily rents some rooms to homeless people who are vetted and paid for by...
Oh, yeah. He voluntarily rents out rooms to homeless people already. That's why I fucking called it. He literally is already doing this. He just doesn't want to do it for free.
A local church, but he's against this bill that would make that mandatory.
We barely are surviving, number one. Number two, we have to think of the safety of our staff. And number three, we're not professionally or any otherwise equipped with any of the supporting mechanisms.
This part is correct. So let's be real. There are a lot of homeless people who are already fried. You know what I mean? And I've talked about the tier system of homelessness before. This measure is really good for people who are living in their fucking cars, okay? Who are in the beginning stages of being houseless, okay? But this measure itself is going to be really fucking difficult if you're talking about like someone who's like a tier 3 homeless person where they've already started self-medicating, they've lost all hope of like ever returning to the workforce, and also on top of that, not having shelter for many, many years have legitimately caused an irreparable amount of fucking brain damage. And that's true. And for people like that, it's a very delicate situation. They still deserve housing, obviously, and they should be a part of a housing first structure. This is kind of similar to that, okay? And those people absolutely need like care. It's hard to describe it to people because you fucking sound like you're talking about it from a dehumanizing person. You're talking about it like you're dehumanizing someone, but like it's real. That's a very delicate matter that needs to be dealt with professionals, okay? That know exactly how to communicate with people who are going through episodes in many instances. They need immediate health care. It's not just shelter. They need shelter immediately, okay? They need shelter immediately. But also on top of that, they also need constant management. They need someone taking care of them. Is it just me, or do you act like you have a solution to every problem? What are people like you called? Can you answer that, you smart ass? I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not a very smart person. I am the first person to admit that, my friend. I say it all the time. But I think in a lot of instances, a lot smarter people have decided that the solution is way more complex and way more difficult. So that dumb people like you and myself feel like, oh man, maybe they're right. Maybe these smart people are right because they're smart. They're the ones who are writing policy. And then at a certain point, you realize like they're not actually smart. They're being kind of pieces of shit. They're making it more difficult for no reason. Well, they are making it more difficult for a good reason. They just want to make more money. That's the difference. If you sat around and thought about some of these issues for more than a fucking second, and many people in this community do that because I urge them to do that. We talk about these sorts of things regularly. you will also come to similar conclusions. And because I do this for 8 hours every single day, nonstop, over and over again, it comes across like I have a solution for every single thing. I don't.
That the homeless guest would require.
What services would be provided remains unclear. Also unclear the funding, and hotels would be paid fair market rate.
It's up to the city. I mean, they did it during Project Room Key.
The pandemic-era program now winding down that inspired this bill by placing more than 10,000 people in hotels that volunteered. Sean Bigdelli among them.
Well, first of all, it's a blessing. It's a great room. The technology is not up to par, but, you know, what technologies you have in a tent?
This bill would also force developers to replace housing demolished to make way for new hotels, and hotel permits would be introduced, as well as making every hotel from a Super 8 to the Biltmore accept homeless people as guests.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Maybe for some, but, you know, there's a lot of people with untreated mental health, and some people do some damage to these poor buildings, man.
This happened in Manoj Patel's motel.
And she marked all walls, curtains she burnt. Thank God there was no fire. Even marked the ceiling.
Opponents of housing the homeless in hotels fear this, and fear tourists could be...
Okay, see, I already told you. I told you this is... No, stop saying poor buildings. Guys, chill. Okay. Like, yeah, poor buildings, but like... That's why I literally mentioned what I mentioned, okay? Yes, some people... Yes, some people need more help than just shelter. Shelter is the first and foremost, most important thing that people need. But it's not, it's just the first step. Also, yes, rich people do that shit too, of course. Probably more frequently than the fucking homeless people do it. But you have to remember, dude, I don't know why. It's just like strange. I feel like it is kind of sheltered. Like, these are sheltered takes to make it seem like some homeless people don't need more help than just shelter. Shelter is the first and most important step. And that's why I advocate for a housing first policy with respect to tackling the homelessness crisis. But of course, there are a lot of fucking homeless people, I promise you, that need significantly more fucking help than just shelter, okay? Some of you motherfuckers live in Idaho and have never encountered a homeless person, so you're like, you don't understand it. But like, no, there's a lot of people that need it. Shelter is just the start. I mean, this seems like a real Band-Aid solution. The Cecil Hotel in downtown LA was already converted to a hybrid low-income housing because of city laws. It's housing approximately 600 low-income housing. Like, I don't know if you ever talk to volunteers or social workers, but like, bro, there are homeless encampments everywhere in every fucking city in Los Angeles at this point. Like, every fucking grid. Every city, I mean, every street on this grid has like one homeless encampment at this fucking point. Okay? And there are some people living in those homeless encampments that are fine. They could totally, all they need is shelter. And then boom, they have a place for hygiene. They have a roof over their head that gives them a security that also, gives them literal privacy and protection from not only the environment, but also like other people stealing shit from them. You know what I mean? And they're good. They're great. All of a sudden, boom, they bounce back. They can shower, shit, shave, and then they can get a fucking job, right? Because that is a huge burden for a lot of people. And then there are people who have been around, that have been around for so fucking long. They've been on the streets for so long that it's just like impossible to recover. Those people need extra help. And if you've ever either volunteered or worked with people that do this sort of thing, you would recognize how big of a workload that actually is and how delicate that situation is.
be put off from even coming to LA.
I wouldn't want my kids around people that I'm not sure about. I wouldn't want to be in an elevator with some.
Oh, I'm surprised that the president of the Valley Industry and Commerce Association has a anti-homeless take.
Somebody who's clearly having a mental break. The idea that you can intermingle homeless folks with paying normal gas.
Normal.
It just doesn't work out.
We don't want to head backwards into the segregated South, but that's kind of the language that they're talking about. There's a certain class of people, less than humans, animals they almost describe them as, to be honest with you. They don't seem to understand who the unhoused are. We're talking again about seniors, students, working people. That's who the voucher program would benefit the most.
So, about 18 months until this is actually on a ballot, and expect plenty mudslinging between now and then. Some opponents have already told us that they think the union is pushing this bill just as a negotiating tactic for leverage. The union themselves tell us that is false. But the union says they want to hold the hotels accountable.
Bro, I don't know what's going to happen. I think that this is a Band-Aid solution. The real solution revolves around, like, unfortunately, undermining one of the most important planks of asset ownership, of accruing wealth, which is home ownership. Americans are used to their housing prices constantly going up, and it only goes down when the bubble bursts. You know what I mean? And the government will only take legislative action towards maintaining their housing, the housing market going up regularly, year over year. And I don't know, outside of decommodifying housing, these sorts of solutions are like Band-Aid solutions, because these are vacancies. You can, one, personally fucking buy out the vacancies on purpose in an effort to ensure that no homeless person, you never have to give any room to a homeless person. You can also just, you're going to be kicking homeless people out 2 days in when the rooms are completely booked. You know what I mean? And that's fucking terrible. I used to volunteer with homeless orgs here in Houston, and you're 100% right. Some homeless are super chill, and some you can tell have gone through it and are either very skittish or aggressive from years out in the streets. Being homeless is a brutal thing that has you constantly on edge. Housing is just a step of many to help these people gain a sense of normalcy. Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't know. Maybe it's because I live in Los Angeles, but I interact with homeless people every day, literally, which is probably unheard of for so many people. I assume. But living in West Hollywood, yeah, I interact with homeless people every fucking day, multiple times a day. Anyone that lives in a big city probably also has this exact same experience. Some of those experiences are looking the other way as they fucking quietly jerk off, okay? And hoping that, that person can eventually get the help that they need. And other experiences are playing basketball with them. You know what I mean? Or some shit like that. And it ranges just like the mental health issues range. You know what I mean? And it is I don't know. It just, your homeless jerk off story was hilarious though. I mean, it's not hilarious when you think about it, because my mom lives here. You know what I mean? But I know the jerk off guy, that dude needs way more help than just jerking off in a hotel room. Immediately putting him in a hotel room, is better. Now he can jerk off in the comfort of a hotel room. He can take a shower and stuff. Okay? Or the poop towel story. I mean, the poop towel one is the poop towel story is just that one is a direct reason that one is a direct problem caused by not having adequate hygiene, adequate places to take a shit and shower. You know what I mean? That's just the direct solution. Poop towel? Yeah, someone shat in a towel and like left it directly in my parking space outside my house. And I drove over it. That was a long time ago. Why don't you let your homeless people live in? Why don't you let homeless people into your house, into your vacant rooms? I don't know. Why don't you let them? Why don't you do that? You have a couch. Like, what kind of question is this, bro? Like, that's such a fucking stupid argument. I don't know why this is like a legitimate argument. No, I don't want a fucking stranger. It doesn't matter if they're homeless or not. Do you allow strangers into your own home that you don't know to stay with you? Like, it doesn't even need to be a homeless person. Is that how that works? Like, what a psychotic fucking take, dude. Let's say I let one homeless person live with me. What happens to the fucking 56,000 other homeless people? Are they all going to take turns? I love that argument because there's like so many unoccupied office buildings in every major city that we could use, but nah, I need to share my 400 square feet studio because I have empathy. Yeah, exactly. They also imply that homeless people don't deserve the privacy. Like, that's so crazy. Bro, I wouldn't even let my cousin stay over. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people genuinely think that's an adequate dunk too. When in fact the real dunk is at the top of the hour. That chatter who's not going to subscribe is going to get served an ad break. At the top of the hour, there's a 6-second ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free. Twitch Prime is free. Or you can get gifted a sub. Okay? Pecker Protector Sohape, thank you for gifting a sub, allowing 5 people to no longer see those ads. Here's the one I'm going to have right now. American politics is literally just blaming individual people for systemic problems. Yeah, it's so stupid. It's so fucking incredibly stupid. It is so, like, painfully American hyper-individualistic, dumb brain attitudes. I literally, like, when you're advocating for... Oh, shit. Look at that. Chateau Marmont won the contract. Chateau Marmont and Unite Here Local 11 have reached an understanding that will allow the hotel to return to its normal level of operations. Let's go. That's fire. Just landed at LAX. Traffic is unbelievable. Good luck, chatter. It's the worst place on earth. One of the worst places on earth. This is great. NLRB did something amazing today, too. What did they do? Starbucks illegally withheld raises and benefits from workers in order to scare them out of unionizing. Now the NLRB is prosecuting them. NLRB is, thank you to the NLRB for taking action against, to protect workers and punish companies that try to exploit and abuse them. That's awesome. By the way, I don't know if some of you not old heads, but I don't know if some of you remember, I said that Amazon and NLRB, I suspect that Amazon and Starbucks is taking actions like this that are very openly against the law, like established law. Maybe I'm too doom-pilled, but I think they're doing this on purpose so they can, take it up the courts and take it to the Supreme Court to completely abolish what remaining crumbs of, like, institutional protection exists for laborers. More union news breaking. Chipotle workers in Lansing, Michigan have won their historic union election. They formed the first ever unionized Chipotle in the country with the Teamsters. That's fucking fire. Congratulations. Makes me feel less shitty about eating Chipotle every fucking day. Why you gotta put that out there? Now I'm doomer. I mean, dude, they have to fucking eviscerate the remaining labor protections. And the best way to do that is by taking it all the way up to the Supreme Court, which is stacked with a 6-3 super majority of psychotic Republicans.
And make sure that the hotels play their part in tackling a problem that is.
Don't worry, your store isn't union. I know that, dummy. I'm saying good. That's how it starts. One store unionizes. All of a sudden, other stores are like, wait a minute, we can do that too. It's the fucking revolutionary spark of optimism that you see when a store successfully unionizes. Look at fucking Starbucks.
Frankly, only getting worse.
Anyway. Today and every day, really, beware of college grads on here making broad pronouncements about what non-college grads think. While targeted debt relief is broadly popular, it's actually more popular among non-college grads than college grads. Wait, what? What the fuck? I did not know that. The federal government should eliminate all student loan debt for every borrower. Black voters, 50%. Latino voters, 33%. All of it. Respect. White voters, immediately fucking bootstrapping Andes over here, 23%. Independents, 34%. Some student loan debt. Dude, this is such a popular fucking idea, man. God damn it. And more non-college educated people support abolishing all student loan debt for every borrower. More non-college educated people. That's awesome. I suspect it has something to do with wealth. The more wealth you have, okay, just hear me out on this, because I'm looking at these demographics, and I know something about these demographics. The more wealthy those demographics are, the less likely they are for debt abolition. Interesting. That's why when you look at white voters, it's a much smaller percentage that is advocating for debt abolition, even though it is still a sizable one. Okay? Kind of weird. Kind of weird. That number probably also includes people that stopped attending school due to cost. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's look at more stupid takes from stupid Republicans, and then we'll look at the Biden slam dunks on it. Abortion we talked about already. Student loan forgiveness undermines one of our military's greatest recruitment tools at a time of dangerously low enlistments. Like, he's just admitting it, dude. He's just admitting it. You're giving the game away, Representative Jim Banks. It's the poverty draft. How about you shouldn't have your fucking shit blown off? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Call me crazy. But maybe you shouldn't have your shit blown off to fucking get like a communications degree. That's not satire, by the way. That's how fucking stupid that is. Left wet flanks had a good QRT on it. Yeah. Left flank veterans. Anyway, let's continue with these dumbasses.
The Inflation Reduction Act is reducing our debt, and therefore that reduction of debt will end up paying for this $300 billion or $500 billion, whatever it ultimately is, of debt. So you don't really have to worry about it, the rest of you. No, this is about the fact that Joe Biden wants to get reelected. He knows that 53% of people who are under the age of 35.
HasanAbi is an undercover right. Yes. That's why I like to make the best possible argument against the right all the time. So that what? Because I like playing in new game +7 difficulty. so that, there are more people who have better arguments against my secret worldview.
I disapprove of him, and this is one of the ways that he wants to get their vote. He wants to buy their vote. Now, the whole idea is part of a system that is so corrupt because the cost of education is going up not with inflation, but it is literally going up in line with the federal loan expansions. So the universities understand that the more these kids get federal loans, the more we can increase the price of tuition at the universities. So this is a giveaway to a group of people that the president needs to get elected. The sad part about all this is there's no talk of responsibility, no talk about contract law, the fact that you went in and you said you wanted to borrow money, you signed on the dotted line, you agreed to pay, you live in an economy, Joe Biden, that you're bragging about that's so terrific that there's no problem. If you want a job, you can get a job. And yet they're saying, look, if you're from a household of up to $250,000, we'll give you $10,000, $20,000.
It's so funny. Like, they just keep using the $250,000 metric. It's like, dude, they shouldn't have even they should not have means tested that. It's just a talking point. It doesn't matter. The most effective counter to that is to showcase the numbers. It's literally like 28 million people that have taken less than $10,000 and $20,000 in loans. And it's the broad majority is like literally at 17 years old. Exactly. I was 17 when I signed. It's same with most people. You have people rolling on the floor here? What?
If you can't pay back your student loan. What about the senior citizens? What about the veterans? What about the people who really need it?
Fucking dickheads, man. I hate them. I hate them so much. They only bring up homeless people, veterans, and senior citizens exclusively to use that as a talking point against people. That's the only time the thought of a senior citizen or a veteran crosses the minds of these fucking demons.
No, this is part of a socialist state. This is part of the state.
That's right.
And Jesse, you're right about the concept of
That's right.
the ideology. Putting these kids through the universities, indoctrinating them, making the universities rich, making the rest of us pay for it. My heart bleeds for the people who actually went out and paid for their loans, who
That's
went
right,
without things, whose family said, I'm sorry, we can't afford to pay for your loans. Look, my family paid for my education. I'm sure they had better things to do with their money. I didn't have to take out a loan because they paid for it.
She admitted it! She admitted it! Fuck! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
Up to $250,000, we'll give you $10,000, $20,000 if you can't pay back your student loan. What about the senior citizens? What about the veterans? What about the people who really need? So you're right about the concept of the ideology. Putting these kids through the universities, indoctrinating them, making the universities rich, making the rest of us pay for it. My heart bleeds for the people who actually went out and paid for their loans, who went without things, whose families said, I'm sorry, we can't afford to pay for your loans. Look, my family paid for my education.
Fuck you! 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 Fuck yourself! Fuck yourself! Fuck yourself! I have so much more to say about her that is just the terms of service violation. So just think about every terms of service violation. Think about every single one of them because I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it just like you, okay? Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Shut the fuck up. Oh, my family paid for it. Yeah, no shit. That's why you don't have a fucking take on this that's worth anything, you dumb motherfucker. Also, when you went to school, you 900-year-old vampire, school was like $40, okay? So shut the fuck up!
I'm sure they had better things to do with their money. I didn't have to take out a loan because they paid for it, but they worked hard for their money. This is a giveaway, and it's disgusting.
What about those people who worked overnights?
This is a giveaway to people who didn't have parents who could just pay for their college education. It's disgusting. They admit it. They're just... I told you this before. The moment that the Democrats do anything, reactionary Republicans have to react. They have to react against any level of progress. And how do you react to something that is otherwise positive? By just openly giving the game away, showcasing your horrific disdain for the working poor immediately. Immediately, she turned around and was like, it's fucked up. Oh my God, it's so good.
Right, to pay to go to school. This just in, our very own Peter Doocy was at the press briefing. We hadn't had a press briefing in a while. This exchange occurred.
How can the country afford such a massive handout?
If you look at what this president has done, if you look at the end of this coming end of the fiscal year, $1.7 trillion that we have reduced, brought down the deficit.
Who is paying for this?
What we are saying is the work that this administration has done, the work that the Democrats in Congress has done, is actually there.
But when you forgive debt, you're not just disappearing debt. So who is paying for this?
And then I'll give you the second part. We lifted the pause, right? We're going to lift the pause.
It's debt owed to the federal government. It's debt owed to the federal government. It's debt owned to the federal government. No one is paying for it. Maybe down the line they could by raising taxes on the wealthy, but they're not, except they kind of did already with the IRA, which is already taxing the wealthier corporations. That's what they're talking about. As far as if you care about deficit reduction, okay? If you care about deficit reduction, which no one does, they only use it as a talking point, except maybe Democrats do. Democrats do care about deficit reduction because they're fucking stupid. But other than Democrats, no one authentically cares about deficit reduction. But even if you did, the IRA does that. Shut the fuck up.
At the end of this year, which is going to matter, right? Which is going to offset a lot of what we're doing as well.
How does that offset it, Tyrus?
The answer is don't ask, don't tell. Like that's literally, she's not going to give him the answer.
No, not the IRS. IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act.
So I
really want to hear from this fucking clown, dude. Oh, thank God. I mean, that guy has just the same bona fides as all those other fucking shitheads. So it's not that crazy that they have this dude, chirping about this shit.
constantly refer to him as the president, chief, and enabler, because this is what an enabling parent does, and he governs the same way he parents. He enables. So what does he do? He throws money on everything. How do you appease your voters? That 60% of those poor, rich white folks who make $125 a year that need the extra help, you give them money. Why? So maybe they'll vote. So maybe they'll take that extra $20,000 or $10,000 they get and they put it in donations right back. So it's recycling. So I think that's probably the way he looks at it. But this is how this administration is. They're always doing this. That new deal that's signed, they talked about all these great things they're going to do for the American people. The one that really stood out to me was they talked about type 1 diabetes and the insulin, and it's going to be lower and you're going to be saving so much money. I have a type 1 diabetic in my house. So for this, I was like, okay, maybe I disagree with a lot of things, but I'm with this. But then you read the fine print. Now, the stuff for the people that he cares about and he's taking care of, their stuff comes in really quick. It's already going to start kicking in the end of this year. I won't see and I'm luckily and blessed to where I can afford these insane prices on insulin, but you won't see that change in price till 2026.
Oh,
so
that's
no relief in sight. That is what you call gaslighting and loophole. They played on.
I love that, dude. He said Joe Brandon is gaslighting. Joe Brandon is gaslighting and girl bossing America. Joe Brandon is gaslighting and girl bossing America into thinking that, they're going to have their insulin payments coming in.
On the American people's feelings, we're going to get lower medications and it's really going to help our homes. Yeah, in 2026. But this 60% of Jesse's favorite people, they're going to get theirs right away. And that's what you have when you enable her. He takes care of what's most important to him, and the hell with us.
Wait, what? Every Republican, including everyone sitting at that table, literally opposed the IRA, you fucking idiot. What is he talking about? Like, literally every Republican and the network that he is currently sitting on the table of wholeheartedly opposed it. Now he's like, well, it's not fast enough. He's using his finishing move. What is his finishing move? Deciding? Actually, I mean, that is the most Republican thing you can do. wasn't it Chuck Grassley? I tweeted about this a while ago, but a couple days back. Chuck Grassley straight up fucking went back to a town hall and was openly talking about how he passed the pharmaceutical bill within the IRA when he literally voted against it multiple fucking times. It's just one of my favorite things that Republicans do always is like they stand against any sort of legislative action that will help people and then only to turn back and take credit for it. Here it is. Here it is. This is it. Here you go.
Probably hundreds of thousands of Iowans were struggling to pay their insulin. And why can't we?
That's how you know that shit was good, by the way. Wait for the Republicans to start taking credit for how, student loan debt relief was their idea, actually.
Probably hundreds of thousands of Iowans were struggling to pay their insulin. And why can't we do something about that?
I'm for the $35 cap. And
He's for the $35 cap.
Shaheen.
No, he's not.
From New Hampshire, Senator Collins from Maine are working on a bipartisan bill to do that. It would also include something that's very important, other than just a cap. Because if you just cap it and don't do something with what we call the pharmacy benefit managers, PBMs we call it for short, all they're going to do is shift the price someplace else, and they're going to continue to profit the same. The PBMs are the middle people between the pharmaceutical companies and you as a consumer, and it's a very opaque business. Don't know much about it, and I have written to the FTC to study that, and if they're make recommendations to it, and if Cantwell, a Democrat from Wyoming or from Washington State, and I have a bill in that got out of her Commerce Committee because she's chairman of that committee, that would try to rein in the PBMs as well, because the bill that passed the House doesn't do anything with PBM, it's to the president now. It doesn't do anything with PBMs, and if you don't do something with PBMs, you aren't going to solve the problem.
But there was a chance to cap that insulin at 35 for everybody in that bill, and it didn't pass.
It would have just capped it for the people that are on commercial health insurance. It wouldn't have done anything for the uninsured.
So that would have been something.
So the Kennedy amendment that lost on a vote of 50-50 that I voted for would have done it for the uninsured people.
Yeah, it didn't go far enough. That's why. Dude, I love that. He's like, oh, dude, it's just because it didn't go far enough that I didn't vote for it. It's like, shut the fuck up, you fucking bitch. Here. Get Mao Zedong. Anyway.
Harold, in the green room, you were saying you thought that Biden's cancellation of debt was a great idea, and
You're
I'm just
channeling like summation.
I'm trying to be like Greg, but give us your take.
So two things.
Everyone that sits on Fox 5, the person that sits on that seat, for those of you who don't know, has to say some liberal shit, for the record. So if he says some like based shit for Fox News, understand that that's the reason.
I have a problem with this. Number one, I think Jason Furman is right. This is going to cause inflation. This is not
never mind, not today.
Going to reduce inflation. And you made the point, Dana, I think rightly so. The $300 billion that the Inflation Reduction Act devoted towards debt reduction, you wipe that out. Two, what I'm having a hard time getting my head around is the fairness issue. For families who say...
Never mind, they're not doing it today. Usually they do that. Everyone, like, it's usually fucking mustachio man. What the fuck's his name? I'm forgetting his name now. God damn it. Geraldo. Yes, thank you. Geraldo's the one who fucking plays the role of the liberal.
Saved for family, for those who took out loans. I took out a loan for the third year of law school at the University of Michigan. I paid my loan back. Bless my parents paid me.
To be fair, though, this is the liberal take. Liberals are against this too because they're fucking Well, media liberals are, because they're scum fucking parasitic, wealthy, elitist pieces of shit. I despise motherfuckers that try to cut this as an argument that is like somehow against the working class. It's bullshit. I hate the anti-education argument. I know I joke a lot about like article heads or you know, I joke a lot about like PhDs and like people who did too much college and are now like, I don't know, talking about doing bodies in spaces all the time. But ultimately, I'm not anti-education. Education is profoundly important, even as an experience, even if you're not like actually learning anything really all that important. Okay? And these motherfuckers that stand against it, they don't actually stand against it. Their kids are going to go to college. They know their kids are going to go to they know their kids are going to go to college.
Through college, paid my way through college in the first 2 years of law school. I think my dad thought law school was only 2 years. But the fairness issue for families who've done it, the fact that they didn't think about in this whatever they did yesterday and however they may do it, and it could very well.
Did you just say thank my
families who've
dad?
done it, the fact that they didn't was only 2 years. And first 2 years of law school. I think my dad thought law school was only 2 years. But the fairness issue for families who've done it, the fact that they didn't think about in this whatever they did yesterday and however they may do it, and it could very well.
Wait, oh, he paid back his daddy. He got a loan from his daddy, and he paid him back. Oh, got it.
Up in court, like you say, Judge. Why not figure out a way to give tax credits to families and to individuals, to students who borrowed money and paid it back?
His dad paid for the first 2 years. His dad paid for undergrad and 2 years of law school. Oh, got it.
Or those families who saved money like our families did, and many American families have.
Motherfucker, you're 70 years old. Shut the fuck up. You are not in the same predicament. Like, you're not. It is a drastically different fucking world that we're speaking of right now. God damn it, these people are such dickheads, bro. Oh, well, you know, my daddy paid for my school. They worked really hard and they were able to do it.
Send their kids to college. Two, if you're going to, the second part of it, two, if you're going to do this, tailor it for the things we need. I would agree with you. No more art history majors. If you want to be an art history major, fair enough. You're not going to get a break on your loan. Plumbers, engineers, electricians, pilots, teachers, nurses, family doctors, the things we need. That's where
yeah, every one of those motherfuckers has like a child or two that needs student loans to be able to fucking go to college. So shut the fuck up.
Where it should have been given. And finally, Judge,
or
you
have
nailed
gotten
it.
them.
The cost of college. These college administrators should have to come before Congress.
This is the only part of the argument that is true. This is the only part of the argument that is adequate. College campuses are insanely expensive. They hyper-focus on bringing in the wealthiest people that have the capacity to pay for it from all around the world, not just all around the country, but all around the world. And that's the reason why they spend a shitload of money on like pools and ridiculous dumb shit and their sports programs and make college insanely and unnecessarily expensive. That is part of the reason why that is part of the reason why college education is so expensive in this country. It's ridiculous.
Much like we've hauled in healthcare.
Yeah, I racked up a ton of debt at Plummer University. Man, shut the fuck up, okay? If you're a plumber, do you want your child to also be a plumber? Or maybe your child doesn't want to be a fucking plumber. Plumbers have children too. Shut the fuck up. Also, I laid pipe to your mom, so call me the plumber now, okay? And also, that's such a dumb fucking take because I literally know, not plumbers, but like people who do contracting work, people who work in fucking construction that literally have a fuck ton of college debt because they originally had a marketing major and then decided to switch industries. So shut the fuck up. Plumbers also can have debt. Trades have to go to school too. Trades also can, people in the trades could go to community college and then switch professions. People in the trades can also originally go to full-blown like bachelor's degree offering colleges and then switch professions. It just doesn't matter. Also, again, my brother is a fucking STEM lord. He is extremely high skilled. Probably one of the more high-skilled laborers in the fucking country, in the top 1% of high-skilled laborers. That motherfucker could not pay his student loan debt, okay? So even when they talk about like STEM lords, okay? Yeah, people who are building fucking rocket ships for the American government are still not able to pay for their fucking student loan debt, even though they went to fucking state school. So shut the fuck up. There's a fuckload of STEM lords in here in this community that also have a fuckload of student loan debt.
And tobacco and others, tech companies say, tell us, where is it going? The inflation is here. Your numbers are there. What are the kids getting for that?
Do you know why they care about this? Because they know that it's a popular idea and they can't let the Democrats ever get a win. That's it. That's why. Because if they let Democrats get a win, and an anti-capitalist win nonetheless, holy shit, all of a sudden people are going to start asking questions. People are going to start saying, wait, if they cancel the debt for this, why can't they cancel more? Wait a minute, if they cancel the debt for this, like, can I get more money? You don't want to let people even dare to dream, okay? Because once people have a positive association with the actions the government takes, and it's not just the government takes money away from you and like hands it off to fucking major corporations and that's it. All of a sudden you're like, well, I don't like this. I don't like this at all, because people could turn around and say, hey, I want more from the government now. It completely goes against the Reaganite, I'm here from the government and I'm here to help attitude. Or sorry, the worst words you can hear is, I'm here from the government and I'm here to help.
That gap. And I don't know if they are. Perhaps they have a great answer. If I were the White House, look, you've done it, but you got to marry it with something where with 2 to 4 to 6 years from now, we're not coming back with this same conversation, because it can cost upwards of $100,000 a year once you look at room and board, coming home, food at schools for kids to go to college. And I just don't understand what kids are getting out of it. So I wish them the best.
What about the people that took out loans in order to buy tools to start a business, the F-150s or whatever it might be? Or even maybe they bought an electric vehicle. Maybe you could give them more of a break on.
Oh my God. Oh no. What if they did this hypothetical thing? Oh no. Well, you know, sucks to suck. Plenty of people didn't, so who cares? Like, this is the reason why they cut this, by the way. Look at this. CNN panel clashes over Biden's debt forgiveness plan. What clash, motherfucker? Fuck you. Go to jail.
When you think about this, why are you already smirking? What's happening right now? Hold on. I didn't have to just tell me why you're smirking.
What is this?
The level of classification that we're talking about here for these documents, beyond top secret, beyond sensitive compartmented, that could very well include the plans for counterstriking against Russia in the event of a nuclear attack. That's something that's part of the football program, which I've written about, where the president chooses options from these documents on how to respond. He has to respond within 20 minutes to prevent annihilation of the United States. And that's one item that could be in these documents. Another is our penetrations by the CIA of foreign embassies, of foreign leaders like Putin, as well as recruitment of
So what happened, bro? What the fuck?
Of spies overseas. So we're talking about incredibly valuable secrets that the Russians, of course, would have been after. The Russians would have been trying to penetrate Mar-a-Lago day and night, and very possibly did recruit spies to obtain these documents.
Ron, you're saying that they could be there. We have no idea if they're there or not, and we'll never know. And at this point, based upon all of your...
And please, let's not know, actually, because if we were to find out, that would greatly undercut the argument that I've been making for the past 2 weeks. So please, we'll just let's keep it that way. Let's keep not knowing. Let's not know, and let's keep speculating.
Reporting and the report we just did at the top, you can't trust these guys because they lie and they plant evidence for a living. And
Hey, Ron, we didn't bring you on to fucking, talk about it like this, okay? We didn't bring you on here. Okay, here's a Brandon take, by the way. Student debt relief must go to those who really need it, period. My administration is ensuring that no high-income individual or household in the top 5% will benefit from debt cancellation. Nearly 90% of debt cancellation benefits will go to borrowers earning less than $75,000. Go ahead, swing that, dude. That's why Jason Furman, knowing that this was the policy, did something that is unimaginably fucked up and said, well, those people with $75,000 will probably be making more in the future. That's what's incredibly fucked up about this, by the way. Because these motherfuckers know nearly 90% of the benefits are going to earners that are earning less than $75,000, right? That's not a big sum. Like, that's not a gigantic fucking, that's not exactly caked up motherfuckers. Okay? Sure, depending on where you live, 75 grand can go a long way. But that's why they're bitching about people with like $250,000. It's like, bro, that's 13%. 13%. Not caked up at all when cost of living is insane, medical debt is insane. Yeah. I mean, it depends on where you live. If you're living in California, 75 grand, you're barely fucking making ends meet. Like, if you're living in Los Angeles, 75 grand, I think that's 75 grand or 65 grand was when I was like still not, making ridiculous spending. 65 grand, I was still thinking about like, do I take this Uber or what do I do? Do I just not go out tonight? You know what I mean? Because, and of course I had 2 roommates too. It's unimaginable to think of when you are thinking of, 65 grand in Oklahoma, but rent is so fucking high, dude. That was, for me, the pivotal moment when I realized I was like financially super secure was when I didn't even think about an Uber price. Like when I could fucking hit Uber and not even do the mental math of like, how much will this cost? Should I wait a little bit to see if like the price will go down or anything like that? That's when I was like, all right, I've made it. Also, we saw this gross shit that Donald Trump Jr. put out. He says, Biden-Harris, student loan forgiveness, millennial voters. Like, I mean, I think most millennial or even any kind of voter would suck any matter of student loan forgiveness cock. So that's a really dumb take. Champagne socialist. Yep, you got me. Like I said earlier, we don't need the peanut butter. Yeah, literally. They could have just like said, yeah, you don't need the peanut butter. A third of borrowers owe less than $10K in student loan debt. We already talked about this. The number of federal student loan borrowers by outstanding debt. Like this wipes out. Look at that. 7.1 million, 7.5 million. That's 15 million voters. 15 million motherfuckers wiped out. Up to 10K. Another 9.3 million up to 20K, especially if they have Pell Grants. It's just great. It's awesome. It's great news. It's fucking awesome. Perfect. House GOP's Kevin Brady on Biden's student debt plan. This is going to be challenged in the courts. President Biden is using authority from after the 9/11 terrorist attacks to do this. I'm really hopeful this challenges in the court successfully. Yeah, fucking. Anyway, I'm not going to say anything about 9/11 or what I want to do to people when I hear shit like that. So let's hear what Tucker Carlson's take is on.
A lot of posturing about student loan debt, but actually some of it's true. Student loan debt really has crushed a generation.
Look at that. Tucker knows. Tucker reads the room better than everybody else. He's still going to fucking counter this and say it's gender degrees, okay? He's still going to do that. He has to do that. But at least even he understands that, like, this is a broadly popular provision, so he's going to fucking mention that it's like, people are being crushed.
Maybe multiple generations of
He will flip the script on to college campuses that have increased prices to give you like homosexuality degrees, homosexual Marxism degrees, and brainwash your children. And he'll say college campuses are raising their prices, and this is only going to make it worse. This is a gift, a handout. This is a gift, a handout to college campuses.
American young people.
That sort of thing.
If you're wondering why your kids aren't married or even living on their own, student loan debt may be a big part of the reason. They can't afford to. They're in hock to some well-manicured diploma mill whose degree turned out to be worth a lot less than advertised. A 5-year communications major from Arizona State? Perfect! Step right this way. You're now a barista in a strip mall. The whole thing's a scam, obviously. Think timeshares in Cabo, but without the waterfront condos. We've said all of this many times on the show. College debt is real. It's hurting young people, and there's really no good reason for it. So when Joe Biden announced today that he plans to cancel some of that debt, the obvious response would be to celebrate the announcement. But we didn't right away. Instead, we paused to learn the details about what he was proposing. That's a habit we've picked up from watching people like Joe Biden in action over the past several years. It's always worth reading the fine print. These are the very same people, after all, who decided it was a good idea somehow to defund the police. They're the ones who forced the entire American population to take an experimental COVID vaccine, even when it became obvious that it didn't work. These are the people who sent crack pipes to crack addicts, the ones who think 16-year-olds should vote in presidential elections, the ones who screamed at you about how Ukraine's borders are sacrosanct, but yours are racist, etc., etc., etc. These are people, in other words, with a long and public track record of very bad ideas, extraordinarily bad ideas, ideas so stupid you couldn't make them up. So the question is this idea different? We want it to be, but unfortunately it's not. And here's how you know it's not. Colleges aren't refunding any of the loan money. You are. You are. But wait, you say, I didn't defraud anyone. I didn't claim that a degree in post-colonial liberation studies from Wesleyan would be worth anything. I didn't take 80 grand a year from middle-class families in order to turn their children into Xanax-addicted robots with no job prospects. Well, no, you didn't do any of that. But you're paying reparations.
It's so funny. He's torching his own writing room, by the way. Like, he's torching his own writer's room right now. Like, literally. Like, how many of those fucking cucks went to Wesleyan, you piece of shit? How many of your fucking audience is Xanax-addicted moms and shit? Also, once again, I just want to point something out here, but Tucker Buckley Swanson Carlson, who is, of course, a frozen food dynasty inheritance recipient himself. Let's see what college he went to. Let's see what his education is. Oh, yeah. He got a Bachelor of Art from Trinity College, a private liberal arts college in Hartford, Connecticut. Huh, that's interesting. That's pretty cool, man. No, tell me more about how fucking useless your degree was, you piece of shit. Remember, all of these fucking media demons who constantly talk about like STEM lords. It's like they all literally are theater kids. Steven Crowder, theater kid. Okay? They all went to motherfucking liberal arts university.